Hey, let me introduce you to my expert grill. This is the Commodore model, available at Walmart for under $300, $297 plus tax. Going to tell you the things I like about it, a couple of things I found as I was assembling this, minor things. But first thing I like, the fact that it has 4 wheels, so it's easy to wheel around. 2 of the wheels have locking casters, so I can roll this very easily with one hand. Got a nice rubber grip on the handle. Open it up, there's 750 square inches of cooking surface. The warming rack on top, the cooking rack on the bottom. It has this searing opening here. Got a handle on the outside. You can push and pull to open and close this little vent to allow the heat to come out for searing steaks or burgers or any other food that requires searing rather than a slow cook. That's the inside. The lid itself is a very thick metal. You can see pretty thick there. Hopefully you can see that in the photo. I measured it with my tool. It was somewhere between 13 and 14 gauge. The 13 fit kind of loose. The 14 fit didn't fit because I believe the surface of this is painted. The stainless steel drip tray inside of there is 18 gauge. The cup underneath that holds the ash and the pellets is a 16 gauge. So pretty thick stainless steel welded together. Here's the control panel. It's got one button to turn it off. You can see right now it's in the priming mode, which means it's feeding pellets into the hopper in order to start the burn off of all the residual oil and grease. There's only one knob that you can set the temperature. For example, if I rotate this up to 350 degrees, which is what they recommend for burning off all the oil, and then press it again, it's set for 350 degrees. It's that easy. The other thing I like about this, it's Bluetooth. You can see the Bluetooth icon right there is flashing right now because I haven't installed the app on my phone. I haven't set that up yet. Here's the pellet hopper. It holds 24 pounds of pellets. I haven't filled it all the way up yet, just because I'm doing the burn off. That only takes about 30 minutes. It comes with one probe, and the probe plugs in right here, or there's 2 available, F1 and F2. What I like about this, there's this rubber grommet right here that you can push the probe through and it comes out inside the grill. So I don't know, I've never looked at how the others, you know, like the Traegers and Pit Boss and everything, how does their probe get in there, whether or not it lays on the outside of this thing or comes in from underneath. But I know there are some where the probes plug in outside here. Just not sure how the wire gets to the inside. On the back, you can see there's clips to hold the cord. There's a little latch right here. You can open this up. There's a trap door that falls down to drain the hopper when you're finished cooking and you want to drain all those pellets out of there so they don't get damaged by humidity or anything. Now let's take a look at a few things I found during the assembly that I did not like. The only 2 things, basically, you can see right there, there's a considerable gap, and if I take this piece of metal, my gauge, you can see it slides all the way in there. And I believe, and I'm not an expert, but I think you're not supposed to have big gaps like that because that's going to let the smoke out and let some of the heat out. The only other thing, during the assembly, the screws that hold these 2 brackets on were machine screws, just common machine screws. But the instruction manual had a picture of what's called a self-tapping screw. These were not self-tapping, so I had to push really hard with my electric drill. These brackets go in, it's like a Z shape, so it goes over, in, and then behind the panel is where the screw goes in through a hole in this thing. And that's the only piece that didn't come together perfectly. All the other screws, as I was assembling this, all the other screws, like when I put the legs in, you slide the leg in from underneath, the screw holes lined up perfectly. Everything fit together exactly like it should. Very well designed, very well built. Heavy gauge metal, in my opinion, but for under $300, I'm hoping it cooks as well as it functioned, went together during the assembly. Right here, I'll show you, is the drip tray for the grease. Very easy to access instead of having that bucket hanging on the side of the grill, which some of them I've seen, which I didn't really like. It comes with a bottom shelf for storing. I guess you could put a plastic bin down there with the pellets. I can smell the smoke is starting to come out now. At least the grease is starting to burn off. I can see red if I look carefully through those holes. So I'm gonna let this thing finish doing the burn off, and maybe if I cook something today, I'm not sure. Looked like thunderstorms, but now the sun's coming out, so I think I'm gonna cook some chicken. Maybe I'll do another video after I cook the chicken and tell you how it performed. Thanks for watching. Bye.